In this video I'm going to expand on a previous tutorial that I recorded. The previous recording was how do we use FFmpeg to combine multiple video clips. A common problem when you're using AI video models is that the clips are very short. Some output like 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 or 15 seconds long. So if we want to make a longer video, we can use FFmpeg to combine all of those clips together. I had a comment asking how you could do multiple requests to Sora 2 and then combine all of those clips. So basically what we're saying is like, how do we take this section of the workflow and integrate that into another one? This section here, I've duplicated that and I'm going to walk through this section here. And this is how do we send multiple requests to Sora, poll for the results, and then send all of those results across to the FFmpeg, so this section of the workflow we were talking about previously. I wasn't sure from the comment exactly what the input is, how those prompts are coming across, whether that's from an AI agent or from a Google Sheet or a data table. A couple of different ideas here. So we've got, if you have a Google Sheet or a data table with each of those prompts, or if you've got an AI agent that's had the instruction to output multiple scenes, just need to bear in mind that going into here, so this loop, the batch size is 1, this is going to be like 1 item. So if in the previous node that you've got here, if it's multiple prompts but they're all as 1 item, you're going to need to separate those out. Something to bear in mind, the input into this loop needs to be separate items for it to be processed, and depending on how the structure is, what the input is into this loop, you might have to just use a code node or just to separate those out. Look, I've got an example here of a workflow I'm using. This is for image processing images, but what's happening is we're splitting out the multiple inputs from one item to multiple items before they go around the loop. So once you've got your data and those prompts that are coming into the loop as separate items, we can do a HTTP request. Yeah, I'm not sure what service you're using. There's a few out there, maybe Key AI, Fal AI. What we can do is send a HTTP request. So the prompt comes across, we send the request to make that video. And with Fal AI, it gives us different URLs. One of those URLs is get status, so we can send a get request to get status. If it's in the queue or processing, it will wait, come back round. Once it's completed, it will get the video, and then that item's stored here. And then, depending on how many, say if you've got 3 items here, it will send those 3 items around in the loop, and then they will sit here, all these 3 items. That's how you can poll for the results on a HTTP request. So you have your loop with the create video, get status, have a switch. So if it isn't ready, it will wait, get status again until it is, and then we can get completed. In the switch there, we've got the status on each of these legs. Now what will happen, there'll be separate items, and for the FFmpeg request we need those to be combined. So we can use, again, I've taken this from a different workflow that I'm using, and what's happening here is quite similar. This is actually calling on Cling and was analysing an image first, but similar scenario. All of those items, once that's being processed, then we need to combine those URLs before they get sent over to FFmpeg. And just quickly on that request in here, then after that is combined in the request, that's just JSON.URLs, JSON.video URLs from there. Oops. All we need to do is connect that to that section of the workflow and send them over. Something else that I did put into the comments there as well, when you're doing your HTTP request, I haven't put any body in here because this was just an example video to try and help answer the question. An option that we've got when we do these requests is actually you can click add option, go to batching, items per batch 1, and now this will send each of those items and then at 4,000 millisecond intervals. So if you do that, then what you need to do is just put your wait node immediately afterwards, but set to a time that you ensure that all of those videos would be ready. So you have 10-15 minutes wait time. So it depends on what your use case is, what you're trying to achieve, and then the different ways that you can get, say for Google Gemini, create an image, it just returns, it waits. There's no option to do the get status. What happens is it will process until it's ready, and then it will send out the image. It does depend on the service, but if you use Fal AI, you can get status and then use a loop like this to wait. I hope that helps to answer the question. Please leave a message in the comments. I appreciate your feedback if that does help. Please support the channel as well. Like, subscribe, or hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And if there's anything else, then let us know. I'd be happy to help.